Hey, how you doing? It's Mr. Wilson11B from YouTube. I want to go over with some upgrades you can put on your Glock. Pretty universal upgrade, but I'll be doing it on my Glock 22 RTF Generation 3. Got the Hogue grip starting off, just real good comfort. It's all about personal preference when you put these mods in your gun, so put them on, see if you like them. If you don't, take them off. Safety check is always first. It's clear. But we'll be doing the extended slide release, 3.5 pound trigger connector, and the extended mag release. Picked all 3 of those, the slide, the mag, and the connector up off eBay for about 35 bucks. Not too bad. And the Hogue grip I picked up for $9.99. So it's all, relatively affordable upgrades. Start by taking the slide off. And as most of you probably know, these are the newer Glocks with the 3-pin systems. Older Glocks were the 2. I always like to start with the rear pin first. Push that out. Move on to the top one. You just push that out. This bottom one here can be a little tricky sometimes. You gotta kind of play at the trigger and the slide. Just kind of wiggle it a little bit, and you should be able to just kind of push it. And there we go. And the slide release, just take it, grab it, and pull it out. And that's it. Set that aside. We'll do that last when we're putting it back together. First we're going to move on to the trigger connector. The 3.5. Most Glock models come with the 5.5. This is just kind of loose, dropping it down a few pounds. Take a flathead screwdriver right underneath here and just push up. Pop that off. And then you will take this pin and just in an upward motion pull it up. And you will pull the trigger completely out. Set the frame aside. And what you want to do is take this and just spin it. And just take that spring and just set that aside. And you take your screwdriver. And it'll come off, so don't worry if it does that. It just springs right back on. Just take your fingernail underneath here. If you can get underneath there. Just twist. And that should be able to come right up for you. And you just pull that out. Get your box. And slide it right in the slot right here. Make sure that the flange is upwards. And you just slide it right back into place. You take this, there's a little hole right there. The spring, the end goes right back into it. And same thing, you take it sideways, drop it down in as far as it can go, and you kind of just twist it right back in. Now you have the 3.5 pound connector. Moving on to the mag release, the extended mag release. I don't know if you can see down here too well. Kind of hard to see with the lighting. But there's a metal pin back here that you want to just kind of real gently push it off to the side. And it's spring loaded, and it sits in a groove inside the mag release. But once you pop it out, you'll be able to pull the mag release right out. Take your new piece, like this. You want to get it started is what you want to do. And you're going to take your screwdriver and just push up gently on that spring just to get that new one to slide right underneath it. Because it makes it it's kind of tight in there right now. just push that in. And you just take the screwdriver and you're going to push it right back in that slot. And it's in. And it works good. Sticks out a little farther, just gives you that extra thumb action where you can hit it faster. And now we're going to put it back together and do the slide release. What you want to do is you're going to take your trigger assembly, pull that back up, sit it behind the flange. Pinch it and hold it from the back just like this. Take your slide, you're going to drop the trigger in first, and then the back just kind of falls right into place. Then just push from the top, hear the click, good to go. And then you push the trigger down a little bit. Take your smallest of the pins and put it back in here. You can push it in with 2 nails just to hold that in. Next, with your slide release, the extended slide release, all it does is, let me show you here. This is the stock one, this is the aftermarket one. Just gives a little more action to be able to play with to hit it faster. Okay, left off comparing the aftermarket slide release to the stock. Just bigger, gives a little more thumb, easier to hit with your thumb, especially if you're wearing gloves. So we're going to apply that piece back on. Take this, slide it right down in there, just gently, just quick push, you shouldn't have to force it. Take this and it's going to go to the left of the trigger, slide right on top. It sits right there. And just line your holes up, grab your pin, place it in there. Just you're going to kind of, with this trigger bar, push it down a little bit, and then get that started in there. And then once that's in there, slide release is in. Next, you want to take and start from the opposite end, get it started in there. Take this screwdriver and push that spring back a little bit, just so that bar can go in there. And it puts a little more tension on the slide release. Just push the pins to the proper lengths. And go to a functions check. Pull the trigger, hold the trigger, cock it. What you're listening for is when you let go of that trigger, you're going to hear click. Bingo. And then pull it from that click back, and it's good to go. And that pretty much is a real brief summary of how you do the extended slide, the mag, and the 3.5 pound connector. I know the quality of the video might be a little hard to see, but once you open your Glock up and get comfortable with it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Thanks, and tune in for more videos.